Good morning. This is my reflection. So in today's readings, one of the things I found that there are several words and phrases that stand out, such as love, eunuch, abide, I am, bearing fruit, and hate. Some folks might react as Eliza Doolittle did in My Fair Lady. Words, 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 I'm sick of words. But I've been looking at and talking about a lot of words in or related to this morning's liturgy. Rather than being sick of it, I found this interaction, particularly with the liturgy group, as really exhilarating. In what follows, I'll look at the Acts of the Apostles, the Epistle, and the Gospel in reverse order from the way that they appeared in the liturgy. So starting with the Gospel, I pulled out 4 things that Jesus tells us, and they're all intertwined or tightly coupled. He says, I am the vine, you are the branches. He says, I am the vine and my Father is the vine grower who removes every branch in me and doesn't bear fruit. Abide in me as I abide in you, and you will bear fruit and become my disciples. My Father is glorified by this, that you bear such fruit and become my disciples. To me, this is a call for all of us to work together in our Christian life. Note that no angel delivers this message, as angels have appeared in the Old and New Testaments. It's a direct message between Jesus and us. Our roles are reciprocal, but of course not equal. Before rejoicing that we have it made, keep in mind that branches can fall to bear fruit and will be pruned or cut off. That's sort of the fine print in our agreement with Jesus. The Reverend Stephen Haggerty, in his reflection on this, takes these conditions seriously and advises us to reshape our hearts, our bodies, and our minds to receive the forgiveness being offered. Another preacher tried to define the term bearing fruit. Bearing fruit means engaging for ourselves as individuals and as the church in those activities and tasks that recognize and invest in the goodness of God's love by spreading that love to the neighbor whom we are called to love. So it's all about love. Go on to the epistle. One fact seems to be that the writer was probably not really St. John the Apostle, but someone who followed him. He is writing to his Johannine community to help them get past some disagreements. According to Wikipedia, the term Johannine community refers to a hypothetical ancient Christian community which placed great emphasis on the teachings of Jesus, particularly as revealed through the Gospel of John. His beginning in the letter is very much like some of Paul's letters. Let us love one another. He adds, by this we know that we abide in him and he in us, because he has given us of his Spirit. So he's following the path that we saw in the Gospel. But shortly afterwards, he writes, those who say, I love God, and hate their brothers or sisters are liars. Whew. Sometimes when I'm reading an epistle or a gospel, there's a startling statement that stops me right at the spot. This is one of them. I wonder, am I a liar? Are you a liar? Is despising a person the same as hating? Is calling someone a liar the same as hating? Those are tough questions. I also interpreted the love for brothers and sisters as being broader than just that community, since Jesus' own statement that we should love God and our neighbors covers all humans. And that brings us to the Acts today. Philip is a good model for abiding in Jesus and Jesus in him. He gets what we might refer today as a call to do something. Philip meets a eunuch who has a high position in Ethiopia. He talks with this stranger who is reading from the book of Isaiah. Philip teaches him about Jesus, and the man is converted to be a follower of Jesus Christ. Note that the eunuch is a foreigner and probably black. He is a Gentile and reinforces the thought that we must go beyond our own boundaries. Evidently, after this success, Paul gets yet another call and ends up in another part of Israel, gladly to seek out other converts and bearing fruit as a branch of Jesus' vine. Amen.